Sunday, Game 4, another tough loss, this time at home. And Embiid had some tough criticism for the lack of Philadelphia fans in the arena. He was quoted saying, "I've never seen it, and I've been here for 10 years. Yeah, it kind of pisses me off, especially because Philly is considered a sports town. They've always shown up, and I don't think that should happen." Yeah, it's not okay. So a lot of people it got a mixed bag online. Some people were like upset that he said this, but I agree with him wholeheartedly. I mean, I noticed that for the first game of Philadelphia, I noticed a lot of New York fans in there. What do you guys make of Embiid's critique of the Philadelphia fan base not coming out for Game 4?
It's it's a double-edged sword to me a little bit, because when I played there, it was always some rowdy Knick fans there. Always. They just left disappointed majority of the time, if not all the time, so didn't really bother, you know what I'm saying? But I felt that we had a great support system when we played in New York. We never played them in the playoffs, so you don't know how that dynamic kind of looks. But it wasn't surprising to me to see a lot of Knicks fans there. What's disappointing to me is the fact that their location of their seats is telling me that a lot of season ticket holders sold their tickets. That's what it's telling me. So that's not necessarily Sixer fans. Those are the season ticket Sixer fans that he need to have a beef with. So maybe they need to put some kind of system in, like you could only sell your stuff through the team and this and that. But now when everybody out here trying to, you have it's a close proximity as far as New York. People can get there fast. They can get there easy. It's a day trip for a lot of teams. It's not like you got to, it's not like you have to go and stay overnight and fly. Most of these people, a lot of people from New York that live in Philly. A lot of people that take the train or drive down, and they're there for that game, and they can go back home. That's a great game to go to, especially on an early Sunday afternoon. So
I know,
and a lot of those people are willing to pay a lot of money for that ticket. So for some people, that's an opportunity to make some money. It's no different than when I went to see my son. There's when they played Michigan. And it was both teams were undefeated, and they were playing at Michigan State. And I had my seats that I had for the whole year, and I know who sat in front of me. I knew the people sat in front of me. And come that game, it was 4 people from Michigan fans sitting in front of me. So they sold their tickets. So I seen the guy the next game, and he was like, "Man, they paid me X amount. I don't want to say how much, X amount of tickets, X amount of money per ticket." I couldn't refuse it. That's what's happening. Because that's what happened then. That's exactly what's happening. So it's not a Sixer fan base. It's a Sixer season ticket fan base, in my opinion.
Interesting. Yeah, I didn't look at it that way. But it's funny because if you have season tickets in the 5th row, you're probably doing all right? Do you need the money that bad? You know what I mean? So it's like it's the people up there that probably, don't have that extra do-re-mi laying around. But the people in the top the bottom 3 rows down there.
It's a price. It's a price for everything, man.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. Obviously, in this case.
They paying a lot, so they probably got a lot. And the part that I kind of was debating on whether I should say is, do they believe we can win? The people that sell their tickets. You know what I'm saying? Like that is a question. Do they believe we can win? Because if you're, and that's the tough part, like you're a Sixer fan and you have tickets, in my mind, I'm not thinking I'm about to sell these tickets. I'm like, I'm going to see my team play.
Yeah.
So, but if somebody come to you and now they have the ability, I believe they have the ability to sell your tickets. Everything is digital or email. You can just send tickets to somebody easily. So you
Yeah,
put those
there
tickets up on the, you say, for instance, we got season tickets. We all sit beside each other, right? And we sit up here and we're like, all right, man, I want to go to the game, but man, I'll sell this ticket for $5,000. You put it on there for $5,000. Boom, it sells. What you gonna do? That's what I think a lot of these people are doing. I think they're putting crazy amount of money on that ticket, and it's getting bought.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's getting bought.
Money's talking.
Yes.
Yeah. And what doesn't help, because I mean, on the surface, I hear what Embiid's saying, and I agree with it. It sucks. But what doesn't help is that we lost that game and that people are questioning things like effort down the stretch and boxing out and getting rebounds. It's like there's a lot of games to dog fans for not being present for. I don't know if that was the game to do it. Yeah, I don't. It's not like it was a double overtime like heartbreaker or the game that the refs took away from us. We couldn't get a freaking rebound.
I understand, but what I'm saying is that when there's no other time to address it other than when it happened. So if he addressed it after they play New York, it's not relevant. I mean, you could have won in New York to come and say, hey, we need the Philly fans to, show up and show out. But like I said, I don't think it's the Philly fans. I don't think it's a Philly fan base. A lot of people that I know that support Philly, they support Philly. They're not giving up no tickets to no New York Knicks fan. So, like I say, man, I think it's people just they trying to get paid, and you can't knock their hustle. But I think it's up to the Sixers to figure out a different system then. Because we can't say that you sold all these tickets and you got all these season ticket holders, and then you get to the guts of the playoff in the first round, and then you have all these Knicks fans sitting in those Sixer seats. Season ticket Sixer seats.
But there were a lot of face value tickets available for the game. So it didn't sell out. That's weak. That part's weak.
But that's what I'm trying to say. Where'd you see the tickets being sold at?
People posted links and screenshots of like the main Sixer website. So from the Sixers tickets website, it didn't sell out.
But that's what I'm saying. But that's what I'm saying. Like once you get certain tickets from the Sixers, you can resell them, but you resell them through the Sixers. That's what I'm saying. Am I right or wrong on that?
I don't know. Actually, I don't know how that works. I don't know. But because someone came with that counterpoint,
you kind of put them up to be sold. You kind of put them up to be sold through them.
And that goes with the make money
in the open market.
That goes with the side hustle, make your money where you can't argue me. But what about the ones that just sold for face value? So you're just choosing not to go to your game for the same price as the ticket costs.
Yeah, I mean that's where to me, I have to question.
That's just weak fans.
Because my thing is, if you look at most people that I know that are serious Sixer fans, and they have tickets to a game, and something happens and they aren't able to go. I'm not even going to say 99%. I'm 100% sure they have someone that are Sixer fans that would go in their place.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
that's weird.
So if you have tickets and you don't just give them away, I would have been like, all right, well, can my son go? Can this somebody that I know that roots for the team, I would have just gave the tickets to them.
Why wouldn't you want to go?
At the end of the day, some kind of system needs to be put in place. But now we see why. What was that? Was it football or was it pro football or somewhere where somebody you couldn't sell your tickets to a different team or something where was it? I can't remember. It was somewhere. I seen it.
It's a good rule. I've never
was it
heard of that one.
college? It was. I forgot. I can't. I'll try to. I'm sure I'll think of it as soon as we finish. Huh? Yeah. It was like you can't sell your tickets to the opposite team fans. And
yes,
I know it happened. My son told me it happened in soccer, but I could have swore it happened in football here. Maybe the NFL or somewhere, maybe with the 49ers or something. The Rams. No, it was the Rams and 49ers.
Oh.
I believe that's who it was. Because remember, they played in the playoffs and they had all those 49er fans.
That's right.
Yeah, this is a long article, but it's the title of it. Yes, teams try to sometimes limit opposing fans buying tickets. But
yes, that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
but how do they know that? They just ask them.
The Rams put something in specifically. Yeah, they put something in specifically to do it. I forgot. I can't remember what it was, but they actually had a plan in place to prevent it from happening.
Interesting. Wow. Well, I think Shaq on the post-game show Sunday after Embiid's comments, he said, like, as a player, you're supposed to not give the opposing fans reasons to talk. You're supposed to win that game and shut them up instead of complaining about it after the fact. That's what Shaq essentially said after the game.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I said earlier, I was like, it was always Knicks fans when we played. They just left disappointed. That's why it was never an issue with us. There was always a lot of Knicks fans in there. Down close, loud, rambunctious, always like that. And always left the same way. That's the difference. There's nothing wrong with that. Just, you don't come up in our house. But I don't know how the Sixer fans are now, but I know when I played, the Sixer fans were like pissed off that they came in there like that.
You would think, yeah.
So the Rams tried to limit
rowdy and louder. Say it again.
The Rams tried to limit ticket purchases to credit card holders with certain cleared zip codes.
Told you. Yeah.
Wow.
Yes, they tried to do it.
This was harder to do with the Flyers because when they played New Jersey, a lot of people had certain overlapping zip codes with that. So they had a hard time with that.
Yes.
Easier to do with Niners in LA, although that's not that far away either. That's interesting, though. Yeah. Another more modern tactic the Titans leadership reportedly utilized would be restricting mobile ticket transfers until 24 hours before the game. Though for the passive ticket buyer, this might scare off a buyer or two from feeling uncertain about buying a ticket that is not in their Ticketmaster account immediately. So they try to hinder it a little bit.
Yeah,
interesting.
That's what I said. Sixers, they got to do something different then. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be tough to do.
Philadelphia has to do that. Philadelphia shouldn't have to do that stuff. That's the original point.
It's not Philadelphia. It's the Sixers fans. Because the Eagles wouldn't happen with the Eagles.
No. But apparently it happened with the Flyers. So that's two Philadelphia franchises right there.
Yeah. But who was the Flyers playing?
New Jersey.
Who are the Flyers playing?
New Jersey.
Yeah, New Jersey's right. I mean, it's a lot of people that live in New Jersey that's closer to the arena than people that live in Philly.
I know.
Yeah. Proximity wise, that's a tough one. Philadelphia, New Jersey.
Yeah.